All right, I'm going to demonstrate in the MotiveWave 7 beta on Mac OS this issue right here, TPO and Market Replay. None of the day's TPOs show. So I have a hotkey that I quickly flip between ETH and RTH, because if I try to do it this way or using my hotkey, it does weird stuff. Like I turned it on, I turned it off. And if I keep doing that, now I turned it off, but it's still showing extended and it's looking all weird here. And if I turn it back on and like now stuff is really looking weird, and then I start trying to zoom, now I have to zoom to some astronomical level, but you see how these are stacking on top of each other. So then I keep zooming horizontally, and now I'm at a weird state where I'm like 114. Normally I only needed to be 25 or 20 to see everything reasonably. And once I do that, now it's all just all messed up. And if I turn extended off, it doesn't do anything anymore. Turn it on, it folds stuff on top of each other in a weird way again. Turn it off, and it's still there. So that's one issue. Matter of fact, might as well talk through a couple of these. This one right here. Switching to extended versus RTH does weird stuff. Yeah, it either doesn't switch or it takes long. That's a whole nother issue, which I'll get into in another video. I might as well address this too as well. Double clicking a chart to open the settings no longer works. You can't double click and open the settings. You have to right click. So anyway, I'll toggle to my non-broken RTH only for now to demonstrate the market replay issue. So I'm going to do today, May 2nd, 7:20 a.m. Central Time, which is gold's RTH open. This right here is today. So that's what we're expecting to replay. So I activate it. So now it's removed it because that's the day we're going to replay. We can see we have yesterday right here, previous day, Wednesday right here. And if we start playing, we see the DOM is moving. Let me clear this out, actually. We see the DOM is moving. We see prices printing. We see the guide moving, but there are no TPOs printing. If I zoom in, the arrow here is where I point it to where today was, but there's nothing printing there. So we see the guide moving on the daily chart for this day, as well as the weekly. We see the numbers printing in here. But yeah, there's nothing there. So that's that issue. I guess I might as well mention some of these while we're here. So we'll stop that. Now, some of these aren't an issue now because the day is over. But like during RTH, this IB extension line, which are these, I titled them E1 and E2. They're set to start, I don't know why this, they're set to start, I guess, from the actual start of the profile, and then they end right here. But intraday, they're cut off like right here. like I said, this isn't an issue now because the day is over and it's extended itself, but I actually took a screenshot. The E1 on the downside there earlier was just kind of stuck right there. So it would be nice if they kind of were, at least the current one was extended out a bit more like this, like but again, at the time it was really more so like right here. It wasn't even extended out this far because these TPOs hadn't printed yet. So wherever the line was, like if we were in D period right here, then these extended lines only showed to there or a few lines behind it because of the delay in the time that this starts versus where it's at. So I probably have to make another demo of that intraday to actually demonstrate it properly. This one, TPO, so I did this the other day. TPOs can only go back to 321. So to demo this, what I'll do is I'll put the candlesticks on and I'll go back and we can see, we can run candlesticks back pretty far, but the TPOs stop. I have, I'm using a continuous contract. I have rollover turned on and all that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 of them right here, but then just a gap of none here for all these days. And then they start again on February. And then, so I'm not sure why, I'm not sure about this gap of no profile showing here from January 30th until February 17th. And then we only, even here, we only have January 22nd to January 29th, and then none before that. And I have the TPO set to show all. So I'm not sure. But yeah, clearly there's data going back. And in MotiveWave 6.9, whenever I ran this, I would have TPOs going all the way back as well. So I'm not sure if that's an issue with the TPO study or if there's something that's changed with the way rollovers work in continuous contracts. So yeah, this is intermittent. When the workspace restarts, sometimes it doesn't. It just goes back to the default. It didn't happen today, but and actually this was a bug I was mentioning earlier. When you switch from extended to RTH, weird things start happening. That was actually what I showed earlier in the video. So I'll move this back up here. And this is kind of related to that. So I just bundled all these together. Yeah, so there's some other issues, but I'll keep this video short. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, the naked POC line. So let me remove all these. Oh, it looks like I can't multi-select things anymore to delete them. Oh, I have to do it like that. I can only one by one. Yeah, I used to be able to shift and select a bunch of stuff and delete it all. I guess now I have to command and do one by one. That's not great, but okay. So the POC, the point of control, if I have, you see I have a naked POC here, but the line isn't drawing out. Like if I go into the study, I have the POC line and I have naked POC line. I want it to extend, but you see it's not doing that. This is a naked POC, it's not extending. None of these are extending. Like this was naked at some point, but we're not even getting, in 6.9, we used to have a line that was drawn and then it would get cut off here when this one ran through it. But you see we got a naked POC up here with no line. Got a naked one right here that got filled here. But like I said, there used to be a line that was drawn. Same here. We got a naked POC here. Just got touched a couple days ago. Got a naked one here, but there's no extension of the POC line. However, if I go and I turn this to, if I turn the POC session to both, then it'll show it, I think. Yeah, so now you have the naked POCs showing. Only if I have both turned on in the setting there. And you can see now how now all of a sudden the refresh rate of the chart is getting slow. It's not because of the POC, it's because sometimes after I make settings, that goes back to this item right here, changing things in the TPO study after swapping, weird random things start happening. Or this one right here, switching chart to extended versus, stuff starts rendering slow. So now stuff is rendering slow, One other issue real quick. This here, the guide, you used to be able to double click on it and toggle on and off the line. Like I can't do that anymore. It just puts an order in. And then see here, I'm going to double click. You see there's a bit of a delay there to do it. Like I said, now things are getting pretty slow. If I go back to my chart with the ET, oh, this is not even working anymore. Okay. Yeah, see, I just turned on extended on this other chart and nothing is changing. So if I go back to my main chart, again, I'm switching between these two tabs here. This one had extended on and it was showing extended data, but as you saw earlier, when I started toggling back and forth, it didn't do anything. So then I'm gonna use my hotkey to switch back and forth between these. So let me go back here and turn off. If I turn the naked, let me see, if I turn naked POC to ETH only, what happens? So we go back to not showing. That's kind of expected. But again, it only works for both. It doesn't work if you have RTH only. All right, so, and yeah, I mean, like here, I'm starting to really struggle. I'm on the machine, just for reference. This is a Mac Studio M1 Ultra, 128 gigs of RAM.